YouTube. I'm gonna be talking now about DNA activations, and this is my context. Here I am in Phnom Phen, Cambodia, and there is always somebody with the Motorola watching, because every part of the turf belongs to somebody. Can I help you? So this brings me to the whole topic of this happy, very happy DNA activation talks on a YouTube, when we're happy middle class and upper class Americans are talking only about the very happy things, like oh no, thank you, I'm fine, thank you. No, I don't need one, thank you, it's working just fine, and thanks. So the social context on this planet is completely different, same as energy context. So, and just in short, to see where I live, I live here at the moment. In Phnom Phen, Cambodia, very close to Mekong River. And as I say, topic is if I remove myself from this noise, the DNA activations and the whole context around it. So, believe it or not, you live on a planet which is completely demonic in its infestation, simply infested by demonic entities. However you guys call them, I actually call them tentacles of the system, because this is what they are. They are the tentacles of the system. Imagine system like a metaphysical evil, very intelligent, which is not the source of the energy but needs energy to feed on. And these entities are simply tentacles of that system. This is what's going on. And Illuminati, for example, they form between 1 and 2% of total population. Then you have simply containers, human containers infested by the demonic entities, different sorts. People see them as reptiles. I simply sense them as something sinister and something that hates me. And a bit more, but enough for now. So the whole point is, you with souls, you've been born without a memory. It's in many cases we've been also born in heavy families with lots of physical abuse, because this is where system puts us in order to train us, control us, and program us into little submissive slaves. So this is core of my belief. I believe that one which is infinity of souls, but with one essence, divided itself and also created the whole samsara thing out of the idea to see how the opposite feels like. Simply ask itself, what is the opposite of me? If I'm a truth, what's the opposite? Well, it's a lie. And if I'm a love, what's opposite? Well, it's simply evil. And that is the beginning of the whole experiment. So this is my belief. And what is DNA activation to me? When the first one happened in 2009, it was very strong, very sudden. I've been psychic even before that, but when the first DNA activation hit me, I absolutely had no idea what's real, what's not. I mean, strong emotions, traumatic memories been simply released in one moment, and it was like really heavy for an ego when all this darkness at one point gets released. And second one was also very rough, but which came in March 2010, and first one was summer 2009, And then happened that I started to sense people around me very clearly. All these strong emotions I could like, as you know, I was like going through my city, Rijeka, Croatia, and feeling people around me, and some folks, they really had horrible vibe. Like, I remember when for the first time I felt like this killing vibe in a guy, like a sharp objects entering my body, and this was wow. So I became to be more sensitive, and of course a problem started on my job. More and more problems left and right. Just why all this shit is happening. People lying, problems occurring left and right. And my friends, we just couldn't figure it out. I mean, you're good at your job. I was back then tour guide, and most of the guests are happy, but like all these weird things happening, like. And I remember this German studying group, upper middle class people, and all the problems which occur with them. Now I know they've been Illuminati, quite a number of them, but back then I still was not there. And then my first contact with Illuminati gonna happen in 2012 in Amsterdam, in a hostel where I was staying by the old Börse, right between Bahnhof train station and Dam, the the Royal Palace. It is kind of a long story, but I feel I have to tell you the whole story as it went, stage by stage. So in 2011 I ended up in a Buddhist monastery, and I was like 14 months in a monastery until I figured out that I need to make myself a medicine out of marijuana, Rick Simpson therapy, because infection happened in 2011. Very, very severe intestine infection with possible death outcome. I've been operated, we thought it's appendicitis. I was operated in Thailand in 2012, 11, but it was not, it was simply intestine infection, and they couldn't take my appendix out because it would, infection would kill me. So I came to Amsterdam to buy indica seeds to grow medicine back home. My mother said it's okay, I can do it, no problem. So I left monastery to buy these seeds, and this is how I ended up in Amsterdam. In Amsterdam, well, before that, when I was in a monastery, I saw a picture in my mind of two young Illuminati I'm gonna meet eventually and talk with them quite openly. So, and I completely forgot about it, really. So I ended up in Amsterdam. I tried mushrooms, truffles. I took like 15 gram pack at once, and I had these like horrible visions. Geometric forms dancing, and behind that crocodiles and reptiles like pulling me in that movie, and I was really fighting it off, trying to stay conscious all the time, because behind it was something really, really terribly evil. And really like guys in a kind of posh restaurant where I was having a coffee helped me out. They've been bringing me juice and chocolates and stuff to raise my sugar up, because they all tried it. They've been locals. They all tried it. They said, dude, you simply don't do it on a street. I said, well, I just had a joint, and I popped like 15 grams of truffles, and you're supposed to take like 5 grams tops. I didn't read the instructions, so read the fucking menu. So that thing happened, and it was okay. After a while, it was okay, but first 2 hours been like horrible. And so next day, as I was like scouting the coffee shops, and I'm a marijuana user, I really love it, but I hate alcohol. So I was asking guys, okay guys, like, what do you recommend? What's the best ganja for you? And one guy sold me stuff, and I was like, wow, this is like exactly what I was looking for all my life. It makes me so intuitive. It makes me so calm, so creative, and it's perfect. So what's that? He said it's indica. Hey, here we go. And in that coffee shop, happened like thing. Some guys spilled over a beer over their laptop and asked me to help them out to dry it, and I helped. And two guys, one was Croatian, another one was Dutch, and I don't know how to put it in words. I suddenly became aware of that they are Illuminati. I simply felt it, and some hints been going back and forth. At one moment, that Croatian guy turned to me and said, odlazi odavde, nemaš pojma šta ulaziš. Get away from here, you have no idea what are you entering. And I left. And then I entered my hostel, and before I entered that bar area, I just heard in my mind Illuminati, 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 and my ego was telling me, Kruno, the difference between a crazy guy and a guy who is still not yet crazy is the crazy guy believes in its delusions. And I said to both parts of myself, the logical and intuitive, fine, I'm gonna decide for myself. So as soon as I came in, and it was like full of young people, some guy said, oh, he was with Tibetan monks 17 months, and I said, no, Thai 14. And many jokes, more jokes on my account from people I never encountered before. And like a dots started to make a picture. This is not a coincidence, and my intuition was very clear. And I was high, not stoned. The difference is we get high, others get stoned on marijuana. This is how it works on different species. So with my kind, we are high, we are intuitive, we are sharp. We don't go. This is what happens with us when we drink beer. We go down. Why other guys go up? It's a different drug for a different soul group. And I moved my chair and started to calculate how many Illuminati I see as a glowing auras, but not in a physical space in my mind. And 15 here, 2 upstairs, 17. I said in myself. And one girl asked another girl, how many? And the girl said 17. And then they said, oh, it's pretty close. Yeah, he's good. And this was like a final proof. Okay, this is not a joke. And I think I have to stop now. It's already 13 minutes.